decision. When you have a dead police officer, especially someone as respected as Dale was, you want to make sure you do everything you can to get to the truth.
Breaking this afternoon, no charges will be filed against the man who drove his truck into Colerain officer Dale Woods, killing Woods. 9
on your side anchor Tanya O'Rourke sat down with Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters and asked him how he came to this decision. What'd you learn, Tanya?
It was not an easy one, Kristen, that's for sure. Not an easy decision. He held a news conference, Deters did, this afternoon to announce that there would be no charges. But prior to that news conference, he granted me that one-on-one. He said he just didn't have the evidence to win at trial.
If the cops that were with him came in and said he had horrible alcohol in his breath, he couldn't, maneuver, I mean, he'd be facing aggravated vehicular homicide charges. But we just don't have that.
Was there a field sobriety test done on him, blood drawn?
Blood was not drawn. And we talked about that with the officers because, if they detected any impairment at all, we could have gotten a search warrant and drawn blood on him. But they never got to that point. They never got to that point.
So from the word go, they didn't feel this man, the driver, was impaired in any way, shape, or form, and they would have to testify to that.
Right. And it's evidence favorable to the defendant.
Cincinnati police conducted the investigation, and Deters says they were thorough, even reenacting the scene.
We did a recreation of the entire thing, and including bringing in a fire truck to pump water because it was misting that night, the rain. And Mark Pietmeyer, who runs my criminal division, and I were in a similar truck to the one that hit Officer Woods. And they put the cars exactly where they were, they did everything. And it was difficult to see. It was just hard to see.
Colerain's police chief said today he agrees with the prosecutor's decision.
It was very clear that this was the right decision, and I feel the investigation honored Dale, and his family was very grateful for everyone's work on this.
As for Officer Wood's family, Deters says this type of news is hard to take, but they understood.
I think ultimately they understood why we couldn't proceed at this point.
Kristen and Craig, we should tell you that in the last hour we got a statement from the driver. He tells the Woods family he's sorry and that, quote, I hope that God will help and bless his family to heal. I cannot imagine the pain they're going through during the grieving process. I pray for Officer Dale Woods' family every day so that they can find peace. The driver also addresses the Colerain community and the Colerain Police Department. You can read that entire statement. You can find it on my Twitter page right now.